Mr. Zay pushing than me?
7.
7. That's right. So he's pushing 7 newtons more than me. So which way is it going to be moving? It's going to be moving towards me. So I'm just going to be blown back pretty much. So 7 newtons this way. Yes, my ear?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If there is a wall in the way, I am going to get smushed.
Yeah, I see.
Any questions about that? So, who knows, you know how running backs always go grab the ball, to try to run over everybody that they hit, right? Not always, well, for the most part. They try to.
I do sometimes.
They do sometimes. So, yes, Gavin?
I went flying back about 2 feet.
So, when they come, it's a decelerating velocity. And so, Sean got all of that force into his body and he flew back. Right? Yeah. Hold on.
Once my dad were like practice. It seemed like, because I used to play football once 1 year, and we were and I was like in the middle, like where the front line, and there was a guy that shoved me back because he had more newtons than me.
Yeah.
So then he shoved me back and I fell over.
That's right. So, talking about force and all that, is force in everyday life? No, it's not. Why not?
Because you're not giving force all the time.
Well, not all the time, but most of the time, aren't we? So, like, just even talking, we're creating force. Move our jaws up and down from our muscles, right?
Actually, it is happening all the time.
It is happening all the time, especially in football, because it's all about contact, and soccer, and pretty much every sport. Like basketball, you have to put all your weight to jump up and try to dunk it.
And softball, you
And softball, yep.
Football.
Addie, you have a question?
I forgot it.
You forgot it, okay. So, usually when two forces are coming at each other together, if they're equal, the force is going to be what?
Are you still using force if you do this?
Yes, a little bit. Your balance, that's right. Alia?
Well, what if you were to have like very, very powerful people like slam together, but they have the exact same weight and speed, and they're exactly equal? Wouldn't it be possible if they were like hit each other but yet bounce back?
So yeah, so that talks about Newton's law. So for every action, there's equal and opposite reaction. That reaction is going to blow them back. But their force is going to be balanced because, like you said, everything's equal about them. Jared? Eliana?
So like, for those guys with the wobbly knees, they still have like the same amount of force or something on each other because
They're balanced. Yeah. So I'm going to show you real quick. I want you guys to be quiet again. Jeremy, what's your question?
It's actually not
What?
We're always using the energy.
Yes, we are always using energy.
What would I know this? But would it be not if somebody lets go, like you, Mr. Zay, why do you let go of it? Like when you're both pulling, one lets go, then the other would fall back.
Yes, the other would fall
They're
back.
pulling.
So it would still be a contact force because you're letting go. But the gravity would pull you back when you fall down. Because like when you're falling back, what's pulling you back?
Gravity.
I do it.
Next time
So, yeah, real quick. Okay, quiet. Laura, please turn around. So Gavin and Sean just talked about this. When they're running at each other, they're both creating a lot of newtons, but usually, unless they're balanced,
I wasn't running at him.
you are running at them.
I was running in the other direction.
Fair enough.
What was he doing?
Running in the other direction. So when he was running the other direction, he wasn't as fast. You weren't as fast as
Nobody is as fast as Gavin.
nobody's. Okay, nobody's as fast as Gavin.
Yeah, that's just fast.
Okay. But if Sean was running right at him, those newtons together, he would have less. There would be more net force total. Does that make sense? It would hurt a lot. It would, yeah. But Sean running away lessened that net force. Sorry, you don't mind Sean, do I? Okay. So we're gonna show what John Brinkus and Brandon Jacobs have. What happens to
It's
that?
small.
It is small.
Oh, he's got the best one.
I'm just watching the game and saying, why did that guy break free like that? I do better than that, so that people see that, you know what? No, you can't do that.
Audi outfitted with an accelerometer, which will measure the force Brandon delivers when it hits. Okay, you ready, John? 3, 2, 1, go!
That's what happened.
He deserved it.
Yeah, but Gavin actually looked down and helped me out.
To show that Brandon ran over me with nearly 2,500 pounds of force.
What did he say?
So we know that Ndamukong Suh put 3,200 pounds of force into John Brinkus when he hit him. And did you see what Brandon Jacobs just did? And that was only 2.53 newtons when Ndamukong Suh did that. So even though it looks crazy, Brandon Jacobs put even less newtons into John Brinkus. Isn't that amazing to think about?
Yeah, we still did it a lot.
Yeah, still hurt. Yeah, Sean?
How many newtons would a plane do?
That is a good question. It all has to do with their weight over their speed. So
Not to kill him.
it probably is. I haven't found it though. So,
He's 720 newtons short.
huh?
720 newtons short.
Okay. So what we learned today was balanced and unbalanced forces, net forces, and how you can fluctuate between unbalanced and balanced. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
So, can you define a force?
Yes.
I can define a force. So can you define a force? I can define a force. Can you give examples of force in my everyday life? Can give examples of force in my everyday life. Exactly. So can you explain balanced forces? I can explain what balanced forces. Can you explain unbalanced forces? I can explain unbalanced forces. And can you explain what a net force is? I can explain a net force. So your ticket out of here before you leave is I want two examples of how what forces you use every day. Yeah, Jeremy? What? No, I want you to write it down. That's your ticket out. Sorry, I didn't clarify.